Hello my gorgeous friend on the internet, how are you guys doing? Happy New Year. It's 2021 and this is going to be the first video I'm going to release in 2021. So without further ado, let's get started. In this video I'm going to introduce to you or show you custom JS with PHPRad. It's not something new though, but I believe it's something we will all enjoy. What do I mean by something we'll all enjoy? Something like this is a simple application I just made a couple of days ago. What it actually does is it helps you to write notes, and type some notes, and by the click of this button it gives you option and you select the color of the note you want. It comes on its own immediately, and you can add another note and more of the notes, and it keeps telling down, refresh them, and that is it. So these actions we are able to do, we achieve them by JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript have a lot of functions to do. Looking at what we have here is kind of JavaScript that you can add something and it will come on its own immediately. Let me show you something, and after all this thing you can submit it and it comes on its own immediately without refreshing the page. We're able to achieve all these things with the help of JavaScript. Looking at what we have here, it's all beautiful, very, very beautiful. But what if I tell you that in this tutorial we are going to learn where you can have your JavaScript code in PHPRad? I think I'm getting excited already, so let's start doing something. I'm going to open a project, or I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call this project test. Alright, and choose simple line icon. My database is test. That is it. Create it, yes, and preview it. Alright, so that is our project generated for us. Over here we have just one table, and that table has this field, name, age, sex, and that is it. We are not coming to do anything about this field, we're just coming to look at JavaScript as in JavaScript, like JavaScript. Alright, so to start with, I would like to introduce to you places you can type in JavaScript as far as PHPRad is concerned, and how to have your JavaScript working. Okay, first of all, I want to come here and list down those options. So I'm going to say UL. Okay, I'm going to make this thing zoom so that everybody will see it. Li, and class of this Li is bold. Alright, and this one I will call this one custom JS. That is the first one we are going to learn. When we are done with custom JS, I want to also show you what we call class, something similar to custom JS, which we call client event. Okay, and I'm going to show you the difference between custom JS and client event. Now followed by what we call script tag. Now in this script tag is a bit different from what we have here, and I think I like the script tag because there is more advantages to it over these ones, even though you can use it everywhere. It has its own disadvantages as well. Then the last one is what we call HTML page view. HTML page as JS. Okay, is more of rendering, custom to how will I put it? It's more of a reference. Okay, let's put it like that. Reference. Yeah, it's more of a reference of a custom JS. That is it. And since we have said that, let's preview it and start taking them one after the other. So the first one is custom JS. That's what we are talking about. So I'm going to quickly make it not just bold, but I want it to test primary, so that you know that is what we are talking about. Okay, so that is it. We are talking about custom JS. Now custom JS is what we have here. It simply means a customized JavaScript. Therefore you are not using JavaScript that has been already made by PHPRad developers, but you are using a JavaScript that you code for yourself, and that JavaScript is going to do some function for you. Okay, that is beautiful, because when you come here, something like all these components like range field, date picker, multiple filters, they have some level of JavaScript in them, and you can't change them, easily. Okay, so now if you want to make use or make some JavaScript changes, you can come over here and do. That is why we call it customized JavaScript, specifically for you. All right, so let me show you an example what I mean by that. You can come over here, and as you can see, they have given us some snippets, something like document ready function, and we are going to type our code inside here, and they have also closed it for us. So over here, inside here is where you are going to have your code. Let me break it down. This function is more of this. It's more of this. So you can see that this is this bracket. They closed it here. Then this function, they open this curly bracket, and you are going to have your code inside this curly bracket. All right. So let's type some code. Let's say alert hello. All right, put this hello in single quote, and that is it. Preview it. So once our document is ready, it's going to alert the hello for us. That is cool. But if I come to users, it's going to alert the same hello for us. If I want to view this record, the hello is going on. Edit this record, the hello is going on. Come back to users, the hello is going on. Add something, the hello is going on. So what do you have to say? As for me, I would say that this custom JS have effect on the entire application. It doesn't have effect on one particular page, and that leads us to the next topic we are going to discuss, which is client event. Right, I'm going to mute this code like this. Okay, I'm going to say okay, preview it. Now it's no longer working. So let's talk about client event. So when you have a code on client event, it's going to take it's going to take effect on that particular page you've selected. All right, so let's take example. Okay, we are talking about client event now. Let's take example. Move down to users and add or edit page. For you to have access to client event provided by PHPRad, you need to be on a post page. When I talk about post page, I'm talking about add pages and edit pages. The reason why I call them post pages is because they are able to take a data from you and post it inside our database. Okay, it's going to take some information from you. Maybe you type your name, or you edit something and you post it, or you send it, or you save it. Now it's going to modify or post something to our database. That is why I call them post pages. Alright, so now if you want to see or have access to client event, then you need to be on the post pages. That's actually where PHPRad provided the client events thing. So you can come down here, like add on the name, you move down, it's always at the last, client event. Click on it like this, select it, and you can type your JavaScript here. So let's type this code. All right, so this code, alert hello. Right, so we preview. Now as you can see, the hello we alert here takes place on the entire application. All right, come down here, takes place on the entire application. So what do you think? What do you have to say? It tells you that in one way or the other, and this client event or client event some page is equivalent as what we have here, custom JS. But the difference is that they have created is kind of a single file that attached to a specific field, but it's going to run on the entire application. But the reason why they provided this client event page is for us to do something that have to do with the field we've selected. Example, if I choose something like document ready function and I want to select this field name, I can select it by typing, PHPRad use jQuery. So I can, it doesn't mean that you can use JavaScript. You can. I can select this field and I will say hide, and that is it. And the field or the selector I want is actually an ID. Once it's an ID, it starts with control according to PHPRad, then the control followed by the name of the field, which is name. Alright, so I want to hide it. Okay, preview it. Nothing happens here, but when you come to this guy, come to add, it have hide that field of name. You can hide the field of age, just simply type age and you have your effect. So the age is hidden. Alright, so you can also do other things, like you can decide to use this snippet, something like this. Click on it and the code has been pasted for you. Like it says control-name on change function, do something. You can use any of this. I will say let's use let's say on input. Okay, on input we want to hide this age. Okay, bring it down, take this off, and let me make it readable for you. Alright, so preview it. Now once we impute something here, it's going to hide what we have there. Alright, enter. Once we start clicking, if I can click here, no problem, I can click here, no problem, but once I start imputing something in the name, it's going to hide this one. Just impute something, it has hidden it. So that is it. Let's go straight to the second topic or second option in our list, which is script tag. Now the function of the script tag is a bit superb. I love it so much because it gives you the access to do more. When I say more, I mean very, very much more. So I'm going to highlight all I've done here and I'm going to clean it. Okay, I'm going to clean it and preview it just to have a clean page. You don't have to worry yourself about what I'm doing now. It doesn't matter. I just want to reset my text editor. Alright, so let's come down here on the home page. Okay, on the home page, as you can see from here, I'm going to add a custom view. Then inside this custom view, this is a div tag. As you can see, is a div inside this tag. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this, delete it, and type a new tag. Inside this tag, I'm going to type script and I'm going to close it. So that is what we call script tag. So now I'm going to write my JavaScript inside this script tag, and that's where I got that name called what do you call it? Oh my god, test localhost. Let's say localhost /test. Okay, so now we are talking about script tag. Okay, don't forget that. So let's go back to where we are. So inside this here, let me preview it. We are talking about this script tag. Okay, we are done with client event, we are done with custom JS, we are now talking about script tag. So now I've created a script tag. There's no magical thing about script tag. I've created it. Inside here you can just type your JavaScript code just like that and it will definitely work, and it will work fine. So I'm going to highlight what we are talking about is actually script tag. Alright, so now let's type some code. I'm going to say alert. I'm going to say alert hello. That is it, just like that. Preview it. The hello has come. Now when you come over to users, the hello doesn't come. When you come to new page, it doesn't come. So the code of the JavaScript will only work on that page you added the script tag, which is the home page. Okay, that is where we have the home page displays. We have the script tag. So when using advantages of using this script tag is that it makes the code restricted to a particular page. So the code is going to work on a particular page you placed it, and that is beautiful. And another advantages of this script tag is that you can use PHP code inside here. Let me show you an example. Instead of saying alert hello, we can alert a PHP code. let's say PHP echo site name, just like that, and we say okay, preview it. So you can see it has echoed the site name, which is test. Now you have JavaScript running a PHP code. It's a bit logical, but it's beautiful because we first of all reach the server before we reach the browser reader. Okay, so I think it's beautiful. So what are the things I want to talk about? Script tag. We are not actually coming to do JavaScript coding, so we don't need to talk much. Let's just talk about how to use it, places we can use our JavaScript. So if you have a JavaScript code, you can simply paste it inside the script tag like this, and it will definitely work for you. You might be asking me, why is this one different? If actually you can do what you have on your mind. Function like this. I know you are waiting for that, so don't be afraid, it will definitely work equally. So something like this, I just want to show you that something like this will work. Okay, it will definitely work. You don't need to do it the way I do my thing, because why not? Document. Okay, and okay, so we have something similar to what you used to see. It will still work for us. So let's move to the last one, which is HTML page JS. It's more of a reference. Okay, it's more of, instead of typing all those JavaScript inside here, you can create a new JavaScript elsewhere file and you just render those files inside here and it will work. Alright, so let's get started. Let's clean this up. Okay, and come over here and let's indicate that we are working on HTML page JS. Alright, so now we are working on this one. I'm going to create a new file here. Let's go to Sublime. Let's go to Sublime. I'm going to open this Sublime. So as you can see here, I may have set it to JS from here, JavaScript, and I have saved it as a new.js. Okay, and I'm going to file, save as. I'm going to save it inside desktop. I'm going to call it new. I'm going to save it just like this, replace what we have already. So there is nothing going on here. I just declared a variable called h, and I say let this variable be new script. So now this h is equal to new script. Okay, whenever we call h, what we mean is new script. Now I said alert h, and you should know that h means new script, so it's more of saying alert new script. All right, so I'm going to save it once more time, minimize this. Now let's go inside our document and bring that new JavaScript JS file we've created with Sublime. So I'm going to assets, I'm going to JS files, and I'm going to add new file. Okay, I'm going to my desktop, and inside my desktop I want to select this new. All right, new, which is this new JavaScript file. That is what I created. Select it, just double click on it, and okay, it has been replaced with what we already have, and that is it. So when you look here, you are going to see that new.js file, but nothing is happening. Even though we've added it to our asset folder, JavaScript folder, we've added it, but nothing is happening, because if you want it to happen, you need to now reference it. And remember what I wrote here. I wrote reference. Is actually, you need to reference it. So let's start referencing it. We come down here. You don't even need to type JavaScript script tag. No, you just do your simple PHP like this, and close your PHP environment. Now inside here is where you are going to do this it doesn't matter, HTML, and double this, and you are going to say page underscore JS. Open a bracket, close it. Down inside this bracket is where you are going to type the name of the file you want to reference. For our own case, the name of the file is new.js, and that is it. New script, and this new script is coming from from here, new script. Okay, we can say new word, new script, word, save as oh my god, it won't work. Okay, so that is it, because I'm coming. New script. So you get what I'm doing, or you get how the HTML page JS reference work. Now if you want to add new, or you want to code more in this reference, you need to come down here and do that coding. But when you select this and say open with external editor, it won't work. Okay, so how are we going to open this thing and do something with it? Well, it is very simple. You can quickly come to your file explorer, go to XAMPP. I use XAMPP htdocs. This one is test. So we come down. I've done a lot tests, and inside this test, go to assets, go to JS, locate new, and open it with Sublime. I love Sublime, and I'm going to close this one. Yes. Now let's edit this. We can say new script home, save it, and come down here. Look at what is going to happen. Preview, new script home. Okay, so if you want to make changes, you can just do the changes from here directly. I say I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Save it. That's it. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for your time. In the next tutorial, probably I'm going to show you, I don't think we may have time for that. If you want to learn much of JavaScript code, you can do that from W School online, and it's free. Okay, it's free. A lot of things are free, but for the fact that you know these things where you can have your JavaScript code, in our next tutorial, that is going to be custom CSS, and is equivalent to what we've done here, just that the difference is this one that we said page.js, it should be page_CSS, and that is it. And the next thing again is the script tag. It shouldn't be script tag, rather it should be style tag. And after the script tag, after this one, the client event, we don't have it as far as CSS is concerned. Rather, PHPRad has provided a lot of column width classes for us, where you can just put your class and stuff. And custom GS should be custom CSS, and basically that is it. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.